Chosen ones, prepare yourself for sudden wealth. Listen closely, because what you are about to hear is not ordinary encouragement. This is a moment you must not ignore, because something significant is unfolding around your life right now. When I say, prepare yourself for sudden wealth, I am revealing that a season you thought was distant is beginning to move toward you faster than you realize. The struggle, the waiting, and the quiet battles you fought when no one saw were not wasted. Before you continue listening, write Amen in the comments as a sign that your heart is open to receive what I am about to place into your life. You may wonder what sudden wealth truly means, and I will explain it clearly so there is no confusion in your heart. Sudden wealth does not simply mean money appearing without purpose or responsibility. It means I am opening doors of provision, opportunity, and influence that will change the direction of your life. What you struggled to reach before will begin to move toward you with unusual speed. I am telling you this now because preparation in the heart must come before the blessing appears in your hands. Many people believe wealth only belongs to those who chase it with restless ambition, but you were not called to live that way. I watched you choose patience when impatience seemed easier. I saw you remain kind when others responded with bitterness. Your faithfulness in quiet places created the foundation for the increase that is now approaching. Do not misunderstand what I am saying. The wealth coming into your life is not meant to control you, and it will not destroy you if you remain grounded in truth. I am placing resources in your path because your heart has already learned the value of gratitude and humility. When a person receives wealth before they learn these things, the blessing becomes a burden. The reason you must listen carefully is because preparation changes how a blessing enters your life. If your mind is prepared, wealth will arrive as peace and stability. If your mind is unprepared, the same blessing can feel overwhelming. That is why I am speaking to you now before everything begins to shift. Within the next moments of your life, your awareness will begin to sharpen. You will notice opportunities that others overlook. You will recognize connections that once seemed ordinary. What once looked like coincidence will begin to reveal itself as careful alignment that I have been arranging long before you understood what was happening. If these words resonate deeply with your spirit, pause for a moment and write 10 inches the comments. I know the seasons you walked through before this one. There were days when you questioned whether your prayers were being heard. You continued moving forward even when your progress seemed slow and invisible. That perseverance was not unnoticed, and it was not forgotten. Many blessings are delayed because the person receiving them must first grow strong enough to carry them. Wealth amplifies whatever already lives inside the heart. If a heart holds bitterness, wealth multiplies that bitterness. If a heart holds compassion and wisdom, wealth multiplies those qualities as well. That is why your journey included moments that felt confusing and unfair. I was shaping your character so that when provision reached you, it would not corrupt the purpose attached to it. Every challenge you endured helped remove something that could have harmed you later. Now the season is changing, and the signs will become clearer. Doors that stayed closed for years will open without resistance. Ideas that once felt impossible will suddenly become practical and achievable. The path ahead will not feel as heavy as the path behind you. You might notice that certain people begin entering your life at the right moment. Some will bring knowledge, others will bring opportunities. A few will simply encourage you at the exact time when your strength needs renewal. These connections are not random accidents. Everything I place around you will serve a purpose connected to your future. Sudden wealth rarely appears as a single moment. Instead, it arrives through a series of events that align perfectly with your preparation. One opportunity leads to another, and each step reveals a greater level of provision. There is something important I want you to remember as this season unfolds. Wealth is not a replacement for faith. It is an instrument that allows your faith to create change in the world around you. When your resources grow, your ability to lift others also grows. If you feel gratitude rising inside your heart right now, take a moment to support this channel by liking the video. Your simple action helps these words reach someone who may need this encouragement at the exact right time. You are not being prepared for wealth so you can live in pride or isolation. You are being prepared so that generosity can flow through you without fear. The kindness you showed during your difficult seasons will become even more powerful when supported by greater resources. I know you sometimes wondered why your progress seemed slower than the progress of others around you. You watched people gain success quickly, while your own path required patience and endurance. What you did not see was the deeper foundation being built beneath your life. Quick success without preparation often collapses under its own weight. Sudden wealth without wisdom often disappears as quickly as it arrives. But the wealth I am guiding toward you will rest on a foundation that has been strengthened through perseverance. Why is this 7-second CIA ritual spreading so quickly across the internet? Recent leaks connected to the CIA claim to reveal a powerful brain ritual that activates an immediate flow of wealth. This quick technique, validated by 4 neuroscience labs, is rapidly transforming people's lives. From deep debt to dream vacations, many say this could be the path to abundance. If you are seeing this, you are fortunate because the page might vanish soon. Click the link in the description and comments before it gets deleted. The day will come when you look back and understand why certain delays were necessary. You will see that each obstacle carried a hidden lesson that protected you from mistakes you might have made too early. Even the disappointments you experienced served a purpose. From this point forward, pay attention to the small shifts happening around you. Opportunities may appear in places you once overlooked. Conversations may open doors you never expected. A single moment of courage can become the beginning of a completely new chapter. Do not allow fear to convince you that you are unworthy of what is coming. Fear often appears when a person stands close to transformation. Instead of shrinking away from the change, step forward with confidence that I am guiding every step. You are not walking into this new season alone. My presence surrounds the path ahead of you. Protection travels with you into every opportunity, and wisdom will rise within you when important decisions appear. The wealth approaching your life will not only change your circumstances, it will reveal the strength that has always lived within you. What once felt impossible will soon become part of your daily reality, and the life you build will stand as a reminder of what faith can accomplish. The shift that is beginning in your life will not appear all at once, but you will feel its presence before you fully understand it. A quiet sense of expectation will grow inside you, almost like the calm that arrives just before the sunrise. That feeling is not imagination. It is the awareness of a change that has already begun moving in your direction. For a long time, you carried responsibilities while feeling that your efforts were invisible. You showed up, you worked, and you tried to remain faithful even when recognition did not come. Many nights you wondered whether the sacrifices you made would ever produce a real breakthrough. I saw every moment of that perseverance, and none of it was meaningless. The wealth that approaches your life will not come as chaos or confusion. It will come with clarity and purpose. You will begin to notice that certain doors open with an ease that once seemed impossible. What used to require constant struggle will suddenly move forward with a steady and natural rhythm. This is not luck. It is alignment. When a life becomes aligned with the purpose I have placed inside it, opportunities begin to gather around that person. Situations shift, connections form, and the right resources appear at the right time. You will start to see that what once looked like ordinary moments were actually pieces of a greater design. Many people spend years chasing wealth without understanding the deeper reason it exists. Wealth by itself does not bring peace. Without wisdom and direction, it can create even greater emptiness. But when wealth flows through a heart that understands compassion, generosity, and gratitude, it becomes a force that changes lives. That is why your preparation mattered. You learned patience when the world encouraged impatience. You practiced kindness when others responded with anger. You remained hopeful when disappointment tried to convince you to stop believing. Those choices shaped the strength that now allows you to carry what is coming. There will be a moment soon when you realize that your situation has shifted in a way that cannot be explained by coincidence. Something unexpected will appear. A door you assumed was closed will open again. An idea that once seemed distant will suddenly become possible. When that moment arrives, do not doubt yourself. Step forward with courage and trust the guidance that rises within your spirit. The same wisdom that helped you survive difficult seasons will help you navigate the opportunities ahead. You are not stepping into unfamiliar territory without preparation. Pause for a moment and write 777 inches the comments as a declaration that you trust what is unfolding. The wealth entering your life is connected to more than personal comfort. It is connected to the lives you will influence and the paths you will help others discover. Sometimes the greatest blessing a person receives is the ability to become a source of stability for people who are struggling. You may already feel a desire to help others when you see them facing hardship. That compassion is not weakness. It is one of the reasons you were chosen to carry greater resources. Wealth in the hands of a compassionate heart becomes a powerful instrument for healing and restoration. Remember that sudden wealth does not remove every challenge from life. Instead, it changes the type of challenges you face. Responsibility increases as your influence grows. Decisions begin to affect more people, and wisdom becomes even more important. But you will not face those responsibilities alone. My guidance will continue to shape your steps as long as you remain humble enough to listen. When uncertainty appears, pause and seek clarity before moving forward. When success arrives, remain grateful, so pride never clouds your judgment. Many people lose their direction when their circumstances improve. They forget the lessons learned during their struggles. They allow comfort to replace purpose. That will not happen to you if you remain connected to the values that carried you through your hardest days. The truth is that wealth does not transform a person into someone new. It reveals who they already are. Because your heart has been refined through patience and faith, what is revealed through your prosperity will be generosity and strength. There may be moments when you look around and feel surprised by how much has changed. The life you once imagined from a distance will begin to feel like your daily reality. What once required careful planning will become easier because the resources around you have grown. During those moments, remember where the journey began. Remember the days when hope was the only thing you had left. Remember the quiet prayers spoken when no one else understood what you were facing. Those memories will protect you from forgetting the purpose behind the blessing. What if a simple 7-second brain ritual could wipe away your debt and open the door to real abundance? A leaked CIA document reveals a short technique that is now helping everyday people move out of debt and attract wealth. Tested by 4 major neuroscience labs, this easy practice done at home is turning financial struggles into improved lifestyles. People are buying homes, cars, and enjoying travel. But this information could be taken down at any moment. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. Your story will encourage people who believe their own struggles will never end. When they see the transformation that happened in your life, they will realize that perseverance carries rewards beyond what they can imagine. Your journey will become a testimony of patience and faith. You may also discover new talents emerging within you as this season unfolds. Abilities that once remained hidden will begin to surface because the opportunities around you allow them to grow. Creativity, leadership, and vision will expand as your confidence increases. This is part of the preparation that has already taken place inside you. Everything you experienced was shaping more than your endurance. It was shaping the skills you would need once your environment began to change. There will also be moments when others question how your life shifted so dramatically. Some will celebrate your success with sincere joy. Others may struggle to understand why your circumstances improved so quickly. Do not allow their confusion to distract you from your path. Focus on gratitude instead of comparison. Every person walks a different journey, and each season arrives at the time that serves a greater purpose. The blessing you are receiving does not reduce the value of anyone else's path. It simply reflects the moment when your preparation and opportunity finally met. Continue to treat people with the same kindness that defined you before your circumstances changed. The humility you practice during difficult seasons will become one of the greatest strengths you carry into this new chapter. True wealth is not measured only by numbers. It is measured by the peace that remains in your heart and the positive impact your life creates for others. When you use your resources to build, encourage, and restore, the blessing multiplies far beyond material value. There is still more ahead of you than what you can see right now. The changes beginning in your life are only the early stages of a much greater transformation. New ideas will develop, new opportunities will appear, new relationships will form that expand your vision even further. Throughout all of this, remember that you were chosen not because you were perfect, but because your heart remained open even during hardship. You continued to believe that something greater was possible, even when the evidence seemed unclear. That faith created the path you are now stepping onto. As the days move forward, keep your eyes open for the small signs of progress. Celebrate the quiet victories as much as the visible breakthroughs. Each step confirms that the season of preparation is ending and the season of increase has begun. And when you feel that sense of gratitude rising again, pause for a moment and write 5 inches, the comments as a declaration of faith. The road ahead will hold moments of excitement, learning, and discovery. What once seemed unreachable will gradually become part of your normal life. You will grow into the person capable of carrying the blessing with wisdom and grace. Do not rush the process. Allow each step to unfold naturally. The same patience that sustained you during the waiting season will guide you through the season of growth. There were times when you believed your efforts were invisible. You continued to work, to hope, and to remain faithful, even when the results did not show up quickly. I watched you carry burdens quietly, without complaining to the world about the weight you felt. Those quiet acts of endurance built a strength within you that now prepares you for what is coming. Sudden wealth does not appear simply because a person desires it. It appears when preparation meets the right moment. Many people ask for abundance, but they are not ready for the responsibility that follows it. You, however, were shaped through patience, so that when opportunity arrives, it will find you steady rather than overwhelmed. This new chapter will bring moments that surprise you. Some opportunities will appear so naturally that you may wonder why they did not arrive earlier. The truth is that they could not appear until the foundation of your character was strong enough to support them. Blessings built on weak foundations often collapse quickly. But what is coming into your life is meant to last. There will be moments when you pause and realize that doors are opening faster than you expected. Conversations will lead to new possibilities. Ideas you once dismissed will suddenly become clear and achievable. What once felt distant will move closer, step by step, until you realize you are standing inside the life you once prayed for. If your heart feels aligned with these words, take a moment and write 333 inches the comments as a declaration of your faith. Do not allow doubt to speak louder than the truth you are hearing now. Doubt often appears just before transformation, trying to convince you that nothing will change. But the same voice that guided you through seasons of difficulty will guide you through seasons of abundance as well. Remember this clearly: wealth by itself is not the true blessing. The true blessing is the wisdom and stability that allows wealth to serve a meaningful purpose. When wealth arrives without wisdom, it can disappear quickly. But when wealth is guided by compassion and clarity, it grows and creates opportunities for many people. You will soon understand why your path required patience. The lessons you learned during difficult times will become the very tools that help you manage the opportunities now appearing before you. Nothing you experienced was accidental. Every moment carried preparation inside it. Some people believe sudden wealth means everything will happen overnight. But what I am guiding toward you is something deeper. It is a shift that begins quietly and then accelerates once you recognize it. One opportunity leads to another, and each step reveals a greater level of provision. Could the CIA actually be hiding a 7-second ritual capable of turning money problems into success? A confidential CIA finding reportedly reveals a special 7-second practice that activates brainwaves linked to attracting wealth. Supported by science and 4 elite laboratories, this simple ritual done at home is helping struggling people move toward dream lifestyles. But this page might not stay online for long. Click the link in the description and comments before it is erased from the internet. The life you are stepping into will require balance. You will need to remain grounded in gratitude, even as your circumstances improve. Success must never cause you to forget the humility that shaped your character. Gratitude protects the heart from pride. You will also notice that your perspective begins to change. Situations that once caused stress will no longer hold the same power over you. When resources increase, many worries lose their weight. But more importantly, your confidence will grow because you recognize that your journey was guided by something greater than luck. There will be moments when you reflect on how far you have come. The memories of struggle will not disappear, but they will begin to feel like distant chapters of a story that led you somewhere meaningful. What once felt painful will become proof of your resilience. Another important truth must remain clear in your heart. Wealth is not meant to isolate you from others. It is meant to expand your ability to create positive change. When your resources grow, your ability to support and uplift others grows as well. This is why your compassion mattered so much during the years of preparation. A person who understands the pain of struggle will never use wealth carelessly. Instead, they will recognize the power it carries to transform lives. You may soon encounter moments where you are asked to make important decisions. Opportunities will require courage and clarity. In those moments, pause and listen to the quiet wisdom inside you. The guidance placed within your spirit will help you recognize the path that leads toward lasting growth. Trust that you are not walking into this new season alone. My presence remains with you in every step you take. Protection surrounds the path ahead of you, and the lessons you learned before will continue to guide your decisions. Some people will notice the changes happening in your life and wonder how everything shifted so quickly. They may not understand the years of preparation that came before this moment. They will only see the result, not the journey that made it possible. Do not feel the need to explain everything. Let your actions speak through kindness, generosity, and humility. True success does not need constant announcement. It reveals itself naturally through the way a person lives. Take another moment now and write 999 inches the comments as a sign that you believe something greater is unfolding. The wealth entering your life will also bring new responsibilities. You will have opportunities to build, to create, and to influence the lives of people around you. Responsibility is not a burden when it is carried with wisdom. It becomes a way to turn blessings into lasting impact. As the weeks and months move forward, you will begin to recognize that your environment is changing. New conversations will appear. New connections will form. The right people will arrive at the moments when their presence matters most. You might meet someone who shares knowledge that expands your vision. Another person may open a door that leads toward opportunity you never expected. These moments are not accidents. They are pieces of a larger alignment unfolding around your life. Even the smallest opportunity can become the beginning of something extraordinary. Sometimes, a simple conversation leads to a connection that changes everything. Sometimes a small idea becomes the foundation of something much larger than you imagined. Stay open to these possibilities. Do not dismiss opportunities simply because they appear in unexpected forms. The path toward abundance often begins with small steps that gradually reveal a much greater destination. You will also discover that your confidence grows as your circumstances change. Confidence built through experience is stronger than confidence built through assumption. Because you endured difficult seasons, you now understand your own strength more clearly. The person you are becoming is capable of carrying the blessings arriving in your life. You are not stepping into wealth unprepared. You are stepping into a season that matches the strength and wisdom you have already developed. Allow gratitude to remain the center of your heart as this transformation continues. Gratitude keeps your vision clear and your spirit grounded. When gratitude guides your actions, every blessing becomes more meaningful. The coming days will reveal signs that confirm what you are hearing now. Doors will open, opportunities will align, the sense of movement in your life will become stronger and more visible. When those moments arrive, remember this promise. The wealth entering your life is not random, and it is not temporary. It is part of a larger purpose that has been unfolding since the day your journey began. You were prepared for this season through patience, perseverance, and faith. Now, the time is approaching when the results of that preparation will become visible. The path ahead holds more abundance than you imagined during the days when hope was the only thing you could hold on to. There were seasons when you felt like you were standing still while the world rushed past you. You watched others succeed, advance, and celebrate victories while you were still waiting for your own moment. Those days were not meant to discourage you. They were shaping patience inside you so that when your moment arrived, you would recognize its value and carry it wisely. Sudden wealth does not always arrive with loud announcements or dramatic signs. Often it begins with a shift in opportunity. A door opens where none existed before, A connection appears that changes your direction. A single decision begins a chain of events that leads toward provision. This is how transformation often begins. The wealth that approaches you will grow through alignment, not through chaos. You will begin to notice that the right ideas come at the right time. When you step forward in faith, the path ahead becomes clearer rather than more confusing. Each step will reveal the next opportunity waiting ahead. Why are so many people claiming that this CIA ritual transformed their life in just 7 seconds? This leaked method connected to the CIA is said to be both powerful and effective. The short brainwave technique, backed by 4 neuroscience labs, is helping everyday people go from financial struggle to prosperity. Dream homes, new cars, and travel are becoming possible. But this video could disappear at any time. Click the link in the description and comments now before it is gone. But before these things fully appear, your heart must remain steady. Wealth can amplify the thoughts and emotions already living inside a person. If fear dominates the heart, wealth will magnify that fear. If peace lives in the heart, wealth will expand that peace and allow it to influence others. That is why your journey included moments of silence and reflection. During those times, you learned how to quiet your worries and listen to the deeper guidance inside your spirit. Those quiet lessons are now becoming some of your greatest strengths. Pause for a moment and write 1111 in the comments as a declaration that your faith remains strong. In the days ahead, you may notice that your perspective begins to shift. Problems that once looked impossible will start to appear manageable. You will realize that many obstacles were not permanent walls, but temporary barriers waiting for the right moment to move aside. Your courage will grow as you recognize that the path before you is supported by something greater than your own strength. When a person begins to see how carefully their life has been guided, fear slowly loses its power. Confidence grows naturally when trust replaces doubt. You will also discover that the people entering your life during this season will play important roles in your journey. Some will bring wisdom that expands your thinking. Others will present opportunities that allow your abilities to grow. A few will simply walk beside you and remind you that you are not alone. Each connection has a purpose. Be mindful of the energy you carry as your circumstances begin to improve. Kindness will remain one of your greatest strengths. When success enters a life that remains compassionate, it creates a ripple of positive change that reaches far beyond one person. The wealth moving toward you is not only meant to change your own life, it will also create opportunities for those around you. When you help someone find stability, you are multiplying the blessing you received. Generosity is one of the most powerful ways abundance continues to grow. Remember how it felt during the difficult seasons when help seemed far away. That memory will guide you when you encounter others who are struggling. Because you understand hardship, you will know how meaningful even small acts of kindness can be. There will be moments when you look around and realize that your environment has completely changed. The limitations that once surrounded you will no longer define your daily life.